Hey guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project. We solve problems, solve obstacles in our lives, as well as self-improvement process to reach high goals and ambitions that we set for ourselves, as well as those around us. We give a brief introduction story as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project domains of life, sub-series analogies, and so on and so forth, and share the previous options for past 3.5 years through to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions, which include copyright-free music, content live and schedule, how we divvy live stream into 15 minutes of 3 phases, 11 segments, and the project into domains of life, sub-series analogies, and so on and so forth. That being said, let's dive into the second segment of the day. I'm going to say that there's probably going to be 2 different live streams back to back. It's very late at night. I'm going to try to punch out a second one, and it's not guaranteed. Secondly, this is the solve channel right usual. Just going to skip ahead and say that it's a rule to break all the rules, a system principle to free myself from the system and become purely practical and get whatever most urgently is done. Last but not least, if you want to skip this, even a bridge short introduction, you can just fast forward by 1 minute and a half, 90 seconds into the video on demand from Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, where I'm coming from. That being said, of course you can do that if you're live, but we have a lot of face items on the right hand side. That's actually a tiny portion. We have more like 350 photographs, but on the right hand side you see only about maybe 70. It's okay. We're going to cover just a bit of phase 2, and then we're going to dive into phase 3, which is physical on your left hand side. Digital on the right hand side is phase 2. So these kind of different portions of capture in life. Let's start off with left hand side panel. Let's start on the top left. So what we have here, what is that? Right, so we downloaded a new video today, so we decided to do this psychology a little bit. So as usual, phase 2 storytelling, commentary, photography about stuff, and anything that can be covered with that kind of media. So we have on the left hand side a file from Psych2Go, really not a file, but like a bunch of files on the folder. For Psych2Go's, having to do with 5 things that kind of symptoms of mental abuse. You see here on the left hand panel, there's also some commentary here, basically taking down the fact that people have captured the 5 things that just create a brief summary of the video at the bottom, so that's much easier, and I appreciate that. But anyways, I downloaded the whole video anyways, and you can see here there's some key signs here of struggling to be vulnerable, constantly needing reassurance. 4 is breaking down into small conflicts. 5, suppressing the feelings. I actually have every single one of these. It's so disappointing, but it's a reality. And for people who have been emotionally abused, that person's commenting, there's so many ruined friendships that could have been great, but eventually you'll climb out of it. It's not always optimistic, because there's a guy who's responding, says he's in his 60s already, so it's like, he's like, listen, I'm already in my 60s, I'd rather just die. It's like my whole life's been wasted because of mental and emotional abuse. So it's just really destructive stuff, and it's very sad and very tragic sometimes. I know I've lost like 30 years, so 3 decades of my life to this kind of stuff, and I know that effects are still here, so it's very foreboding. Anyway, that's a heavier subject matter for today to start the video live stream, but that's it. So 3.5 minutes in, again, struggling to be vulnerable. You see the lock here, unable to trust other people, shielding your heart from other people, shielding your emotions. Over here, once again, continuation for those just counting all the things that you've done wrong, constantly blaming yourself for things that have nothing to do with you, a little bit to do with CPTSD, which you see is part of my channel. Alright, left hand side corner, you see also in the title, lots of food, mass food transactions. That's what it says, mass transactions of what? Food. So we have this sardine food, so it's class 2 item, sardines, white onions, from my domestic partners class 2, who were once narcissists, heavy narcissists. My father a malignant narcissist, my mother a covert or vulnerable narcissist, and I've basically had to rehabilitate them myself after basically spending my entire life for the past 3 decades trying to understand what's been going on and how I can treat them, which isn't really my problem supposedly, but I did it anyways, and I was successful. Alright, and I did the same thing in the workplace too, so it's a difficult thing trying to change a narcissist. That people say can't be done or that's not worth it. I have to say that I would largely agree with that. Anyways, I did anyways. We have paper brown bag, tangerine, small fruit, yellow ripe thing called a banana, and then on top there's a Goya, the new fruit. Never tried it before, but that's a class 4 item from my colleagues document on Excel. Over here we have a salt, sea salt, cashews from my domestic gardens, my mother, as well as so I had to this is basically tracking it. So being thankful and appreciative of the just kind of symbolic of the relationships I have with other people, even if some of them are quite a bit poisonous and abusive. But that's life. Things happen and you gotta find your way out of it. Okay, jalapeno peppers, jalapeno pepper chips, kettle cooked chips, jalapeno pepper, which I gave a bag to my brother. He asked for some snacks today. So it's a class 1, class 4 item I'm giving him, as opposed to class 2 for sardines. Peanut butter, no. California walnuts, also gave that to my domestic guardian. So you can see here the cashews. I was talking about Dandy Pack brand, purchased from Nose Drills, $20 jar. My mother was joking about how my biological father was quite a bit angry about it. So sea salt cashews, Dandy Pack brand. Probably high on sat fat, but you can't see nutrient facts anyways. Yeah, definitely is high on it. Very expensive. Cashews are quite expensive, and she just knocked on the door, wanted to show me, wanted to ask me if I want. And during this time, we had this conversation. So I have to mention. So when I talk about the chips, that's my brother coming in after. Yeah, he does a brief conversation. This should be covered on a voice recorder, but I didn't take a screenshot of that here because we swapped phones. So we'll get to that in a second. But we had a conversation about the cashews really resemble or represent. They symbolize the fact that we had this maybe 5-10 minute conversation with my biological mother about her conquest for a job, her search for a job, and she's landed a receptionist job. So massage parlor kind of thing, but it's difficult for her with her current capabilities. Not understanding computers, not being proficient with computer literacy as much, also just coming of age. All right. So that's what we talked about. Also, lighter-hearted things like the cashew nuts and me giving her some walnuts. Just exchanging snacks, and same thing with my brother, chips and stuff. Over here on the left-hand side, we have bananas, a Goya fruits, which is new to me, and a tangerine. This is from ML, class 4 item, a gift from my colleagues. Wrapped in this plastic, and this is a paper bag. That's not plastic. What I'm talking about. Wrapped paper bag from my ML colleague. All right. Next, also we have another colleague, SR, and you can see I squished that into a cube, the wrapper when it's finished. But this is basically a quality street brand toffee chocolate thing candy. You can see right here, long stick-like kind of chocolate. Oh, that's kind of dirty, actually. I think about it. I got some sexual innuendo in my head for some reason. Fuck. All right, let's just kick that out. All right, we got these 2 peaches here. 2 peaches and 2 bags of almonds and chocolate dark something else. It's like a mixture. So we got 2 bags. Right, this is all gift. It's all bagged up. The peaches, 2 cards, 2 packages of this. So you can see right here. Better snapshot, ketogenic diet kind of package of walnuts and seeds and stuff like that. Including 2 cards, a birthday card. Sorry, oh shoot, why did I show you this? Birthday card for my colleague IN, as well as her daughter. Again, abbreviations because privacy confidential. I'm not going to give people full names here. It shouldn't be identifiable. Okay, so right hand side, again, aerial snapshot. You can see inside the bag there are 2 cards, 2 packages, and 2 peaches, 2 fruit. And that's what I gave her. Okay, so philosophy now. So psychiatry and philosophy, right? My figurative mother, father in my life, which because I never really have a real father, mother in my life, so that's why I sought out. Okay, left-hand side, gifts that can make a meaningful intervention to someone's life, or one's a promise to blah. What sort of relationship do I want? What kind of direction should I take my career, and how to find the calm and contentment along for my life? Obviously, school life here, trying to say, hey, we got that covered for you. Why might make a gift meaningful? Okay, so they're kind of advertising it, but you get the idea. Yeah, I should mention, of course, copyright notice. Now I shouldn't know my stuff. This stuff doesn't belong to me. I don't take any ownership for this. Search on Instagram, School of Life London, as well as here, University of Waterloo. So there's a snapshot here of engineering student Shayna. I'm sorry, I butchered your name, but basically here, again, this has to do with education, so philosophy, psychology. So you take a look here. Why did you choose to study architectural engineering? So for some of you guys, maybe you're still in university and college. So she just chose architectural engineering because I've always wanted to be an architect since I was a very young age. Jesus, that's a very stereotypical. At the same time, I always wanted to know the fundamental principles of engineering that apply to make high-performing structures that are sustainable, resilient, and economically viable. Yes, that's now we're talking. Left-hand side panel continuation. What is your favorite Waterloo memory? My alma mater, of course. My fab Waterloo is being able to stay in Waterloo residence and make friends during the pandemic. I did like that actually. I was in V1. Even though our courses were online, I got the opportunity to meet of course, well, I didn't do it during the pandemic, but whatever. Alright, right hand side here we have story reflections. Okay, so there you go, there's a student. We're moving to more rigorous philosophy here. To find yourself, think for yourself. Socrates. It's fairly straightforward, don't you think? Soul searching. You gotta apply yourself. You have to apply. Okay, so we got 4 minutes left right in phase 3. That's ridiculous. We don't have time. That's all we got. 4 minutes is not a lot of time. So we go back here and we gotta say, so region A 5 through 9, region G1 on the floor, and of course region D1 over back there with all the food and the gift bag over there. I'm supposed to put the cards there, and I pulled it back from yesterday's live stream continuation. Because you can see here all these cards I didn't sort out. There was some from the inside. I gotta sort out which are sympathy, which are for loved ones, for their birthdays, for anniversaries. I have to sift through these and put them in some sort of order before I put them into the package. And I forgot to mention that yesterday, so we're gonna do that after stream. Here we still have the 2 cards. Again, this one's actually, I gave the 2 for my colleague IN today. She's not here today because of her birthday and so on, but it's alright. I put in her locker. So these 2 here for my other colleagues, SV, because of her granddaughter's birthday coming. So this is for clearly for the kids. And then one in the backdrop for YR, who's always been the sweetest person on the floor since the very beginning. I never had problems with her. So that's that. Okay, moving on to the side here, we have to cover also some stuff here. Importantly, on the desktop, I really want to clear all this. It's just so cluttered. We have this gaming mouse from Dollarama. It's like $4. I'm pretty sure it's dysfunctional in some way, but you can see here, take out the compartments at the back, drop off the sides, and this bright color switching kind of. I think it's bright blue only though. I know it switches colors, so okay, great. Yeah, optical tracking, multicolored backlight. Over here we have this, of course, this has to do, it does say something along the lines of phone swap in the title, so that's what we're covering right now in phase 3. Mobile phone care, swap here. Now all this stuff I don't have to cover in too much detail because I actually have scanned all these things. I covered these in a live stream about half a year ago when I got the new phone and all that documentation. So the quick start guide, the mobile care, but I took this all out from the A20 because I wanted to get the manual here. Quick start guide here for the A20, or sorry, A5. Shows me how to remove the ejection pin, how to remove the SIM card from my old phone, which I'm probably using right now, and then place it into the new phone, which is inside here, which is the A20. So right here, inside, plus I had to showcase the fact that there's a new case, a new pouch that I haven't used. I stored it in here, reaching AVI for a while now, and I had to take 2 of these cards here, right, and kind of stash them together, these RFID blockers, to prevent the electromagnetic radiation. Of course, we also had to mention the old case and the old phone here, the A2 core, so the lithium battery and stuff, with casing and the backdrop here. I'm going to put them back together, test it one more time. If it doesn't work, put it into the pouch and then store it in there, and then I can use that anymore. So here's the new phone now, new pouch, new case, everything. And then also the RFID block, and this is for the A2, so I'm going to put it in here and then just, again, just some fond memories, keepsake. Last thing before I go today, in the last 15 seconds, here's a Ferrero Rocher from Food Depot Supermarket. So two of these Ferrero collections, Raffaello for the coconut, Renoir for the dark chocolate, and the Rocher for the hazelnut. You see the backdrop here. with all that kind of in descriptions and introduction and nutritional facts. So I'll bring this to the workplace as a gift, class 4, class 1, to my colleagues for Happy Diwali.